Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'd like to share with you another page in my handmade journal. This is part 2 of this series, and in today's lesson I'm going to be using this tool. It's called a wood burning iron, but it's a pyrography tool, so you can use it to burn designs onto wood or to cut it into paper. So I've used it on paper, and I'll show you one of the pages I've made. So this was here, it was burned directly through the Gelli print. So if you're going to do that, this is very thin layer of paint, but still need a lot of ventilation, preferably outside. That would be my recommendation. But I love this inky blue paper that's showing up behind it. And in this page here, I'll be working, I'll be sharing a lot of tips on composition for you, and you can watch how I sort of move things around and come to this design. So you should pick up a few tips here if you struggle a bit with composition. I'll also be using some of my favourite pens in these designs, so you'll be able to see me doing that as well. So if you're interested in following along and hopefully picking up some tips, let's get started. But I've got just a piece of mount board underneath to protect the paper underneath. So I'm just going to sort of take the outline of this leaf shape under the book. So I'll probably have to turn the book, so I'm just going to make some room. So you're just basically drawing with the hot tool around the shape of the leaf. Just gently touching that. So that's the first leaf shape, and I'll use that somewhere else. I'm just going to remove that just so I can see what's happening behind. So I love that page popping through there now. So I think what I'd like is something up here. So I'm going to draw something that's a similar leaf shape over this area. Paint, it's toxic, so just be really careful of that, but you're a lot safer. I would still do it with a big window wide open because there was smoke coming off here. But I like this natural coloured handmade paper, and I'm sorry I can't remember where I got that. I was gifted some papers from a lady in Norway that might have been in that pack. So I'm just trying to think how I'm going to use these. I tried this on top of this kind of tree silhouette that I've jelly printed. and I like just the bits of the tree coming through, so I might extend this and make it bigger. And then this page here, I just wanted something delicate at the bottom here, and I had these transfer pack of little leaf shapes, so I've just transferred some of these. The company that I bought these from are called Pyrography, so I'll put the link for them in the description. But they've got some lovely little sort of wildflowers and things I like, and I would actually use these as reference for drawing leaf shapes and things, because there's some lovely I really like the shape of this one here. So what I might do is some hand-drawn elements in the book, just using these as references. There's some lovely shapes. This is really pretty. I could use again in my designs. I like the shape of this sort of leaf here. Okay. Quite like that blue background. It's quite nice with the piece coming up over the edge there. Change the direction. Slightly off. This is what I love about collage. You can play about with it and work on compositions before committing to anything. This tool is called a bone folder, and it's great for getting flat edges or smoothing things out. It's a good idea to take a picture of the collage before you glue it down, because once you've lifted it up, it's hard to remember where you positioned it. I can't really do that with my phone filming just now, so just have to try and remember. Threes or fives, so I've got 5 pieces here. So you can break the rules. There's you know, the rules are there to help you with your compositions and guidelines. So this is my journal, and I can do as many leaves as I like. There we go. I think I'd quite like something delicate up here. Maybe this shaped rosebud. It's going to work. Now you can use a bone folder like this. You need something hard to press it down, or like the back of a spoon or something, just to give it enough pressure. It's a bit like when you get those tattoos that you stick on, the temporary tattoos. Have you ever done them? I'm a bit scared to get a real tattoo, so sometimes I put them on before I go away for a weekend or something. So get some really nice fake tattoos now. Takes a bit of pressure to get it to stick down. First ones I did were a lot easier than this. I don't know why this one's been so problematic. Maybe the paper. Oh, cheapers. That was hard work. And quicker drawing it. I just like the shape of this leaf here, so I'm just going to draw in some little leaves. I think what I might do before I cut up the rest of these is photocopy them, so that I've still got the references once I've used them for sticking on. Okay, so I just took a copy of these, and these will go in my reference folder for botanical shapes, so I can use for reference if I want to do some drawing. That's quite a good way to keep a hold of them. So I'm going to cut these up. I'm going to lose some of these. I'm using these negative spaces to make them part of the design. So again, working in threes, there's a little gap here that I think could fill, just to balance that composition. I think I might leave it at that. We're happy with it now, I think. This is really pretty. To use that one somewhere. I like that curve there. I think that might just work in this area here. Let's just try that. You can kind of test it out first to see if you think it works. Not sure. No, I don't think so. Okay. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I really enjoyed making this page and I hope you enjoyed following along and watching it. If you did enjoy it, if you can hit the like button perhaps and subscribe and maybe leave me a comment, that will help with the algorithm. Okay everyone, so thanks very much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.